Tell me what sucks about this transition. I think it's really hard to tell. I mean, it's an unusual transition, but that's on purpose because I'm currently in the process of trying to design a new genre. But I think it's something about the harmonies. And I just wanted to find out what would happen if the harmonies in the drop were different. So I thought to myself, okay, what if I transpose all of the elements all together? And I realized I would need the newest version of Bitwig Studio for that, because in Bitwig 5 they added the global modulator feature, because then I could take a macro and attach it to a transpose module on all of these tracks. I did that, so here is a node transpose module. This global project related macro is currently set to the semitones parameter of the node transpose module, and it goes from -12 to +12. You cannot easily see that here because of how the modulation is visualized, but you can just trust me, this goes 24 semitones up. And I copied that to all of the tracks that have something harmonic in them, and then I also put my MIDIWrap plugin behind it on every track so that I can tweak the range of the sweet spot of the notes a little bit, so that when I play around with the semitones, I always get notes that are in that range. Then after tweaking the semitone parameter a little bit, I found out that on 72% I have transposed notes that I really like. Trying 50% again, which is not transposed. Which I don't know, it just doesn't cut it for me. Now I still think that the Bitwig developers could do a little bit more to make this workflow really shine and lift off. For example, they could finally implement the ability to bounce the MIDI effects into a new MIDI file or a new block of MIDI notes, because now that I transposed a lot of stuff, I would like to be able to just know what these notes are so that I can get rid of the node transpose here and just work with the notes that arrived from there. That would sometimes make a lot of sense. For example, if you have a plugin like Flare, this flanger, which I used in my last video as well, where you have to set the pitch with a knob and instead of MIDI inputs, then you just have to know what the pitch actually is in order to do that. And yeah, at the moment I couldn't use Flare in a good way here because I would have to guess what's going on. Also plugins like Autotune, where you have to select the key. You have to know what the key is in order to select the key. If you don't know that, then you will just have a terrible workflow. Alright, so I'm looking forward to make more and more tutorials and videos in Bitwig, not just because I want people to use Bitwig, but because I think that this project-based modulation feature, especially in regard to macros, can be a really powerful tool for making A/B compares. For example, if I want to test if an entire project works with or without a certain plugin, then I could make a macro that dials it in and out on the entire project, which would be kind of interesting on some plugins. So that's the kind of stuff that I want to do with that in the future maybe. And yeah, also looking forward to all of the other new features in Bitwig 5 that I didn't see yet. Alright everyone, see you next time.